Hi everybody, this is Tim N2LCJ. Well, tonight I've been playing around with this National NC240D. I restored this about a year ago and never really used it much other than some casual shortwave listening. And I thought I'd give it a run on the HF bands tonight, and it really didn't disappoint. It's been pulling in some pretty distant stations. It's been fairly stable, but not ideal. So anyways, what I wanted to talk to you about this evening is HF, making contacts on HF. Now, during my time on HF, I've always found it difficult to break into QSOs, and I think a lot of people do. You know, especially because we don't have anything really to contribute to the conversation, unless it's about the weather. And the weather is probably the most popular subject on HF out there. Usually the conversations on HF, other than nets, go something like this. Well, I see in the logbook we've spoken about 6 or 8 months ago, and back then you were having a touch of lumbago. How's that doing for you? Another thing is when you get a contact in another country, on the rare occasion, and I haven't run into this yet, what do you talk to them about? Again, the weather's a great subject. Now, being an ignorant American, I kind of get to think, there's really very few subjects we have that we can engage in a QSO about. And I think that's, why you don't hear as many of them on the HF bands. I mean, like, for example, you get a contact in Spain. Other than the weather, again, ignorant American here. Do you guys really have bulls running the streets? Does it impede traffic on your way to work? I ate paella once. Have you guys ever had a cheeseburger, and what did you think of it? I don't know. I guess that's why FT8 and all of the other modes the digital modes are getting so popular, is because when it comes down to it, there's really not that much to talk about. So the question in this video is, when you have HF QSOs, who do you talk to? Do you talk to people that you've met online, friends, from other areas, and what do you talk about? I think that's an important question, because I know for myself, I spend a lot of time restoring old gals like this and transmitters to go with them, and it gets kind of frustrating when you sit and you walk the bands all night trying to find somebody to talk to, and either you really don't want to break in on a QSO because it seems like everybody knows each other, they're not leaving enough space between transmissions for you to get a word in edgewise, and even when you do, what do you say? Much easier on VHF, UHF, because the guys are local, you're going to have more in common with them, you can throw your call out there. So how do you do it, HF operators? This is some good advice that you can provide for me and for other hams that love the HF bands but really don't know what to say. Have a great day. 7 3s and 2 LCJ.